If you think workers' comp is just another expense, that mindset can cost you thousands and maybe your business. I've seen one claim expose a bad setup and force owners to pay out of pocket. And here's what most people don't realize. If you're in Ohio, workers' compensation doesn't even work like most states. I bring this up because there are 4 states that use a monopolistic workers' comp system: Ohio, North Dakota, Washington, and Wyoming. That means you must go through the state for workers' comp and not a private carrier. However, the other 46 states allow you to shop coverage through private carriers, which is a completely different setup and price structure. Now, stay with me until the end, because I'm going to break down the biggest workers' compensation mistakes and how to avoid costly claims, audits, and compliance penalties. So let's get started. Now, let me show you why this matters. I worked with a small contractor who hired a helper for a short-term job. He didn't set up workers' comp because he thought it wasn't necessary. Guess what? That worker got injured. Now the business owner is paying medical bills, lost wages, and dealing with legal exposure, all out of pocket. Now compare that to another client. Same type of business, but their workers' comp was properly set up. When the injury happened, the claim was handled, the employee was taken care of, and the business kept running. The key is, the right setup turns a major problem into a manageable situation. Let's start by understanding what workers' comp covers. The main areas workers' compensation insurance will cover are medical expenses, lost wages, rehabilitation, and even death benefits in severe cases. But it does not cover everything. It does not replace general liability. It does not cover intentional acts, and it does not fix compliance issues. Workers' comp is one part of a full business protection strategy, not the entire plan. Now, since I'm based here in Ohio, which happens to be one of the 4 monopolistic worker comp states, let's break down how workers' comp works here. In Ohio, workers' compensation insurance is state-run through the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation, also known as BWC. That means you must register through the state fund, and you are not allowed to go through a private insurance company. Here's where business owners get it wrong. They assume their general liability insurance or business policy covers employee injuries. It simply does not. Workers' compensation is a separate requirement, and if you're not properly registered with the BWC in Ohio, you're considered non-compliant. It can lead to fines, backdated premiums, and even stop work orders. So for my Ohioans, if you don't understand how Ohio workers' comp works, your business is already exposed. Now let's talk about the other 46 states, where workers' compensation insurance can be purchased through private insurance carriers. So instead of going through a state fund like Ohio BWC, business owners work with private insurance companies to get coverage. That means you'll see multiple carrier options, competitive pricing based on risk, different underwriting guidelines. But here's where the mistake comes in. Business owners assume that because it's easier to buy, it's less important to get right. Guess what? That's not true. See, you still need proper employee classification, accurate payroll reporting, and the correct coverage limits. In some cases, policies can be denied or priced higher if the risk isn't structured correctly. For example, if a contractor classifies themselves as low-risk office work instead of a high-risk labor organization, the policy could be flagged, repriced significantly higher, or even denied altogether. In the end, no matter state-run or private, workers' comp must be structured correctly to protect your business. Now let's talk about timing, because one of the most common workers' comp mistakes is waiting too long to get coverage. Many business owners say, "I'll get it once I grow a little more." But in most cases, workers' compensation insurance is required as soon as you hire your first employee, even part-time or family members. If a workplace injury happens before you're covered, you're responsible for medical expenses, lost wages, and possibly legal costs. It's important to understand that workers' comp is not something you delay. It's something to secure early to protect your cash flow. Now let's go deeper into a mistake that triggers audits. The main misrepresentation is when business owners misclassify employees as independent contractors, which is a major compliance issue. Some businesses do this to avoid workers' comp premiums. But if the state determines that workers should be classified as an employee, you're still responsible. Now you're dealing with back premiums, penalties, and possible denied claims. See, proper classification protects your business from audits, penalties, and legal exposure. Now let's talk about something that directly impacts your premiums. Because workers' comp premiums are based on payroll, job classification, and risk level. And this is something owners will misrepresent as well by underreporting payroll to reduce costs. But when a claim happens on the private insurance side or during a state workers' comp audit, those numbers are reviewed. If they don't match, you could face premium adjustments, fines, and audit penalties, meaning accuracy in payroll reporting protects your business from surprise costs later. Now let's shift to something you can control every day, which is safety and risk management. The problem is many business owners treat workers' comp as a safety net, but the real strategy is prevention. More claims lead to a higher experience rating. Higher experience rating leads to higher workers' comp premiums. Simple steps like safety training, proper equipment, and clear procedures can reduce workplace injuries. The key is fewer claims mean lower costs and a stronger business in the long term. Now let's clear up what workers' comp actually covers by bringing this all together. Here's what I recommend. First, confirm you're registered with the State Bureau of Workers' Compensation, especially for those in Ohio, North Dakota, Washington, and Wyoming. Second, if you need a private workers' comp insurance policy, make sure workers' comp fits into your full business insurance strategy. Third, review your payroll reporting and classification setup. Fourth, implement workplace safety procedures. A simple review today can prevent major financial loss tomorrow. Workers' compensation insurance isn't just about compliance. It's about protecting your employees, your cash flow, and your business stability. These mistakes are common, but they are avoidable, and the difference between getting it right and getting it wrong often comes down to one conversation inside one review. Now, if this content was helpful, place a thumbs up in the comment section. This really helps with engagement and assists with pushing out this video to others. Also, word of mouth is good too, so please share this content with someone who may benefit from this topic. Then, check out my video library. I have information on home, auto, business, specialty insurance, and retirement. With all this being said, subscribe to my channel and help me get to 1,000 subscribers. But don't stop here. Check out my next video on your left for more insurance and financial tips. And as I like to say, call Jay today.